So, if you're like many people, when it comes to filing taxes, it's a bit of anxiety of wanting to go ahead and get it over with. However, people do have some level of excitement when they are expecting a nice refund. Well, here's some tips to make tax filing and tax time easier straight from the IRS. And if you want access to a team of experts that can help you simplify the process, maximize your refund, keyword legally, and put you in a position to understand how to do so throughout the year from a tax planning standpoint every year so that you can maximize your refund versus just try to find whoever sells you on the idea that they can help you maximize your refund. Link in the description so that way you can get access to the team of experts without being taken advantage of, overcharged, etc. So let's dive straight into this topic at hand. So the IRS offers top tips to make tax time easier, and I actually like these tips, so I wanted to share directly from here. So the IRS today provided taxpayer with 6 tips to make filing their 2024 tax return easier. Most of the information below is also available at the IRS.gov, which is a key site that we use often for different things. But number 1, gather all important and necessary paperwork and records needed for filing a complete and accurate tax return. Errors and omissions can lead to missing a deduction or credit and slow down tax return processing and refunds. So you leave money on the table when you leave documents out of the equation. And I like to say it that way because, truth be told, a lot of times people are so anxious to file that they use their last check stub. But if you use your last check stub, but you didn't receive all of your documents, you're guaranteed to leave money on the table. You're guaranteed to miss out on something unless you know you have nothing else. You just have your income. That's all you have. But you may be surprised of some of the things that you could have added to your tax filing that could have benefited you and kept you from leaving money on the table. So be careful not to leave certain document out of the equation when it comes to filing your taxes. Otherwise, you will indeed leave money on the table. So get all your documents together, submit them so you can minimize the errors that come from it and minimize the slowdown that could come from the processing portion of tax filing. So before filing, taxpayers should have their social security numbers for everyone listed on their tax return, bank account and routing numbers, of course, so you can know where to have their money deposited, tax forms such as W-2s, 1099s, 1098s, records of digital asset transaction and other income documents, because digital assets are on the rise in the areas of crypto, and they want to find a way to document and get, I guess, fees off of everything. So if you're dealing with that, then keep that in mind as well. Form 1095A, health insurance marketplace statement. So many people receive that every year, so you want to have that handy. IRS letters that may have citing an amount received for a certain tax deduction or credit. Number 2, the second thing you want to do is report all types of income on the tax return to avoid receiving a notice or a bill from the IRS. Include income from goods created or sold on online platforms, investment income, part-time or seasonal work, self-employment or other business activities, services provided and paid through mobile apps. A lot of people drop the ball here because what happens is they end up not wanting to claim things because they like, I made that money on the side. I made it under the table. I don't want to report that income. It may put me in a higher tax bracket. It may, cause them to tax me more. These are the fears associated with making money on the side. But I tell people all the time, and I've been saying this for years, when you miss out or you do away with claiming the income that you made on the side, you also do away with or miss out on the tax deductions associated with it. No income is made without a potential for some form of a tax deduction. That's the beautiful thing about tax deductions, because if you generated the income, it didn't just come out of nowhere. It didn't just come out the sky. Something had to be done that generated that income. What do I mean? Well, if you made a sale online, that means you posted something online somewhere, somehow. Somebody found your link or your product or your service and they purchased it. Guess what? How were you able to post it? You probably use the internet. Is your internet free? If not, then whatever you pay for the internet falls into the category of tax deductible. You probably used your phone. Is your phone free? Probably not. And if so, then you can position yourself to write your phone bill off up to 100%. Did you have to make a delivery involved in terms of the item somebody may have purchased? If you're doing something that you have to make trips to the post office or drop offs for whatever product or service that you may have, that is money being spent. So the miles being driven to and fro, the the travel that may have taken place if it was an out of town type endeavor can be all tax deductible. Are you creating content? Regardless of if you're creating content of your food and you're putting it online and that's driving attention and awareness to your platform, to your page, your meals can become tax deductible. When you're a content creator, there's so many things that can become a tax deduction that it'll make your head spin. It's like, what? I could position my life to be a tax deduction because everything is potentially content. So do not shy away. And I wanted to double down on this because I do not want you to shy away from reporting income, because income usually has some type of expense associated with it. Now, dealing with investment income is a little different. So I'm specifically talking about business income, but with investment incomes, you can, get deductions on your losses because not everything is going to be a win. But just understand the power in side income, because that opens up hundreds of tax deductions to the tune of, if you do it the right way, you should get no less than $10,000 in tax deductions, just in deductions that can offset your tax liability. Now, it won't be dollar for dollar. It might lower your tax liability. Say you recorded $10,000, it might lower your tax liability by $5,000. Okay, great. That's just an example, but it's more than what it would have had you not recorded. So that's something you really want to understand. And this year, 2025, the mileage rate is 70 cents. So if you drive 10,000 miles in a year, that's $7,000 in a tax deduction for the business miles associated with your driving. So now you need to get in the mindset of, okay, how can I make pretty much all the miles I'm driving business related? And then that's when you get creative and you find different strategies and things of that nature. So don't shy away from reporting income, because income has tax deductions attached to it in most cases. And if you understand that, then you understand where I'm coming from. Number 3, avoid paper returns. Filing electronically with direct deposit is the fastest way to get a refund. Plus, the tax software helps taxpayers avoid mistakes. It does the math and guides people through each section of their tax return. So yeah, if you're doing a paper filing, that is a way that it used to be done. The first time I filed taxes myself, I did do a paper return. And, I had my sister-in-law, she pretty much told me how to go about doing it and got me the documentation from the library. I did it myself, and hey, that was that. But yeah, we got technology. Honestly, it's just a lot more better and efficient to do it online and electronically. Plus, you get your refund faster when you do it that way. Number 4, consider IRS free resources. They do have free resources for those of you who want to consider those. I recommend a person who has more than just a very basic tax filing to get with some experts, with some people who understand all of the tax codes that I mentioned previously. Because when you understand the tax codes, then you realize you might be leaving money on the table by not having a tax expert, not having someone who understands the tax code, versus just using a free service and you just trying to figure it out because it's free. And now you didn't know that you were able to write off certain things and certain money that you spent last year, or certain receipts that you acquired throughout the year could have been tax deductible. You could have converted those receipts into cash. I like to say that it's, not literal, but if you had tens of thousands worth of receipts on things that connected to you operating in pursuit of a profit, then those receipts can convert into cash because it lowers your tax liability, which puts more money back into your pocket. So that being said, there are some free filing services provided by the IRS. It provides free online alternative to filing a paper tax return to any individual or family who earned $84,000 or less in 2024. They have direct file as well. It's available in 25% of participating states for eligible taxpayers to file online directly with the IRS for free. This year, direct file supports reporting more income types and claiming more credits and deductions. So it didn't previously, give you access to everything, but now they're opening up more. but you want to position yourself to get access to everything. Otherwise, you know, you're guaranteed to leave money on the table. The free web-based service available in English and Spanish provides access to IRS customer service representatives through a live chat feature and works on mobile phones, laptops, tablets, desktop computers. Direct file guides taxpayers through a series of questions to prepare their federal tax return step by step, and automatically guides taxpayers to state tools to complete their state taxes. People who make over $84,000 can use IRS free file fillable forms. These are the electronic versions of IRS paper forms. This product is best for people who are comfortable preparing their own taxes. Keyword: comfortable preparing their own taxes. So definitely you want to check out the link in the descriptions if you're not comfortable with preparing your own taxes, so that way you can get access to a team of experts who've been in the game for a long time and they handle a lot of different tax filing scenarios, even back tax filing, and they're not going to overcharge you in fees. Now, of course, different fees are based on your situation. You might have a lot of different complex things going on with your profile that requires you to pay a little more, but not more than what, you know, many people charge. And I know what people are charging in the area of taxes. Also, if you have back taxes that you're filing, of course, that's going to be more work than a person who's just filing a basic return. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's keep going. People who generally make $67,000 or less, persons with disabilities, limited English speaking taxpayers, and those who are 60 years of age or older can also find free one-on-one tax preparation help around nation through the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. So they got a program that helps in that area as well as the Department of Defense provides meal tax, which is a free tax resource for the military community. But number 5 of things that you should do: choose tax filing options based on personal situation and comfort level with tax preparation. So personally file taxes, use online filing services. So, you know, you choose what's best based on your comfort level. I feel that a good option is the link that I have in the description, but of course I'm biased. However, do what works best for you. But consider all options, and then, like they say, hire a tax professional and choose carefully. Most tax preparers or tax return preparers are professional, honest, and provide excellent service to their clients. However, dishonest tax return preparers who file false income tax returns do exist. Yes, this is true. The IRS has a directory of federal tax return preparers with credentials and select qualifications. And I will say this: some of the ones who are in the network that I'm referring to of experts fall into the category of IRS approved tax preparers as well. So you'll get access to tax pros based on your situation. You'll get partnered up, have your consultation, etc. That being said, you know, choose a tax pro based on, you know, whatever suits your needs or fits your comfort level. Number 6, use online resources at irs.gov to quickly get answers to tax questions, get a refund status, or pay taxes. There's no wait time or appointment needed. Online tools and resources are available 24 hours a day, including the IRS Interactive Tax Assistant tool, and let us help you resources which are especially helpful. So stay updated on everything, but these are some tips that I felt were significant. I really wanted to double down in this section because so many people leave money on the table not wanting to report their income, when in actuality, if you leave income out of the equation, you miss out on the opportunity to get certain tax deductions that can really help you maximize your refund or take your tax liability even lower. That's all I got for this video. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.